on CRN.
Welcome to Heaven on Earth, a sacred portal to visualizing, meditating, and co-creating our highest joys that usher in the golden age of Aquarius. I'm your host, Athena Starseed.
Hi, this is Athena, and this is a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning in sunny California. And I have my gorgeous co-host, Kim Hix, all the way from Hawaii. Aloha, Kim.
Aloha, Athena. Greetings from the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
I love you. I'm going to go ahead and start out with the opening invocation, and then I want to get right into International Women's Day and introduce our guest. So everybody take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. Inhale and exhale. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light return to earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May the Christ consciousness return to earth. In the center where the will of God is known, let the center guide the little wills of men, the center which the masters know and serve. And may it seal the door where evil dwells. May the plan of love, light, and power restore heaven on earth. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael, Father Sky, and Mother Earth, from the point of light that connects us all, please be here in the sacred circle of light. Om, 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 and Aloha. So today we have a wonderful in-studio guest, my master yoga teacher, classically trained, Ren Yogamaya. Welcome to the studio, Ren. Sorry I had to call in. I'm phoning in from home.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that you're with us today anyway.
Well, thank you, and thank you so much for doing the show again. Before we get started with the Eat by Color book, which I really want to go into the astrology today, Kim and I wanted to just mention International Women's Day, which was yesterday. And, Kim, go ahead. I'll let you take the lead on this.
Well, it's a huge lead that all I can do is I honor and salute all women on this planet at this time and the great awakening that they are ushering in. I feel that the tremendous potential of humanity lies in the collective visioning of the feminine to rise up and speak for herself in all aspects of creation and consciousness, and that is the direct route to heaven on earth. And so I have to salute everybody and who's working on this, and especially the men who are nurturing the women who are speaking up. This is a vital time for our humanity. And I want to get into, with Ren, I want to get into the concept of what yoga is ultimately in the highest forms of yoga that we might see as a planetary consciousness. But I want to point out something really stunning for me. I had the experience of discovering this artist called Milk. She's a woman who had an abusive childhood. And instead of through hatred, she channeled it into her music and her art form. And she has written a song called I Can't Keep Quiet. And this song is very profound. I recommend that everyone check it out. She sang it a cappella with a group of women at the march in 2017. And it became a global consciousness anthem for feminine energy to speak up. And she has had 16 million hits on the website. So I think you can begin to understand that the scale of the unspoken feminine pangs are being released on a large scale. These need to be heard. This is even before the Me Too movement. So this is expression of the highest order of feminine energy, and I believe directly hooked to heaven on earth. I wouldn't want to do this show without you, Athena, or Ren. I mean, you people are magnificent avatars as far as I'm concerned, and you are my muses and my inspiration. And so let's get at it and enjoy.
Okay, so Ren, I'd like you to talk a little bit about the Yoga Korunta and how that you're lining up when we're teaching the physical practices with the celestial bodies, so we can talk about the astrology of the day and what that means and how it's relative to everyone's life.
Sure. Last time I was here, this is our second series, second visit here with this beautiful program, and it was a different moon cycle when I first arrived. Now we are in another moon cycle. We are in the middle of the moon. The current energy of the day is in Aries, and Aries is found represented in the root chakra, Muladhara, which is at the pelvis in terms of the 7 cosmic body chakras within the body. And the energy will be collected more to the earth, even though Aries is a fire sign, which is found in your 3rd chakra, Manipura, at the navel, the solar plex. Our sun has also changed since the last time I was here, and now we're in the sign of Pisces. And Pisces is found in 2 places in regards to what it is. There goes my ear. There it is. Back. I'm back. All right. Pisces is at the crown chakra, which is Sahasrara, the crown. And also Pisces, being a water sign, is also found in your 2nd chakra, Svadhisthana, in the abdomen and the lower back. So that's where our energies are today. We've got fire and water. However, when we have fire happening and there's water, not necessarily do you know that the water energy can put out the fire. Fire and water can create steam, another type of element that can be something positive to reckon with, or at times if there should be imbalance somewhere in the association, the relationship, depending on what that means, what it is in consideration, at times water will seemingly put out the fire, but the fire can combust and come back, never completely goes out. So that's our energies for today.
Wow.
Wonderful.
And
I'm fascinated with the relationships of water to fire and what you just outlined. And that the fire can always return. Fire is so mystical. What do you know about the nature of it? It always seems like it's, I mean, it's, you know, we seek to raise it in Kundalini, but I mean, is it a universal singular flame that exists somehow? And is it the flame of consciousness? And if so, is water like the emotional aspects of enlightenment? How do you read all these things, Ren?
Well, Ajni is the Sanskrit name for fire. And you learn more about that in Ayurvedic teachings. That is a part of yoga. People believe the yoga can only be this exercise, but the elements and Ayurvedic principles are also a part of yoga. And the digestive fire that we have to digest anything in life, from food to comprehension to intuitive force, intuitive voice that can also speak out, directed to the public, to an individual energy, comes forward from the solar plex, from the 3rd chakra. And I understand it in practical terms that way. In terms of the cosmic universe, fire is necessary in terms of the sun giving us growth, potentiality of a stabilizing warmth of our minds, our hearts, our children. The planet cannot have vegetation and growth and beautiful fruits and vegetables unless there is fire as well. So it's a necessary element. Tattvas, the tattvas that I call them, the elements.
I think that's great. I never thought of, when you mention it, it's like I'm realizing that warmth is an essential aspect of solar energy or fire energy. Mm-hmm. And I just connected for the first time the idea that enlightenment is actually a warmth. Like the sun, it's a warming energy that is shareable. And therefore, you know, that enlightenment itself must be a little more like that. I always think of light as being devoid of temperature, but when I remind myself of how good it feels to feel the sun after a wet winter in California, I'm reminded of warmth is really the first relationship of fire.
Absolutely, absolutely. But all the elements, they take their turn, you know, in our weather patterns as well. And also, as my students are learning, and some people can be already aware, whether you're learning from me or anyone else, that about 90% of the prediction of our weather patterns can also be followed by the cycle of the moon. I say 90% because there's always a 10% of other planetary affects and aspects that occur that shifts a little bit. And so in regions in the country and the world, it shifts a little bit. But for example, our new moon in Pisces, which was on the 6th, a few days back this week, we saw here in Los Angeles, California, back again, rain, a lot of rain. And therefore, and it was a lot that day, a lot. But necessary at this time. We're thankful for the rain. We are thankful. So, water is also important in terms of the balance of emotions. In the second chakra, which is the element of water as well, even though it can represent the sign of Aries, water, the element of water, but representing the signs of Cancer. There's the water there. Cancer, Libra, and sometimes also Scorpio. It is still a necessary balance of all emotion that we have. And balancing is a key also of the second chakra, relating to those ways of flowing with life, flowing in to a conversation, flowing out of a conversation, flowing into a vinyasa in the sequence of yoga, and flowing out, for example, as well. A river flowing into a stream to a river, the river into the ocean and beyond, and then the water will evaporate into the ethers to the air element, into vayu, the air, and so forth, and goes on. Everything is cyclical.
That's the cyclical aspect of universe, cyclic aspect of universe. It's so fascinating, at least in this universe. Now, in the intention and desires of yoga to achieve a state of samadhi, or I don't know exactly where it's all going, is that transcendental to the cyclic nature of life?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one more time, Kim?
Yes. I'm trying to frame it and understand it myself, but life is a duality here and a cyclic structure. We understand the flowing in and out of that, but I feel that yoga is the major intention of yoga is to achieve a state of being that is transcendental to the cyclic nature of life, in that it seems to me like nirvana or samadhi is a state of perpetual being without the cyclic nature. I was hoping you might give me some ideas about that.
Well, that's a long theory, but here's another way of looking at it. One of the principal purposes of yoga is to reach moksha. Is another Sanskrit word for the word freedom. And in that freedom, we can find our individualistic samadhi, our transcendental shift, our own personal shift of whatever it is that we may be seeking. And at times, there are beautiful people on the planet, people born after 1984, as I've studied and recorded and also have been taught, learned by one of my other 7 teachers, John Valo Melchizedek, these indigo children born from the third eye coming into the world, knowing who they are, that already come in with an innate awareness, and there's no more striving or dealing to go up into consciousness. They come born with the awareness. The only difficulty they may have is to be able to function properly in the third linear dimension, and that's a whole another subject right there, the indigo children. Yeah.
Well, that's very interesting, because then the indigos are being born in a transcendental state, and
yes.
is what we're saying. So we are maybe getting somewhere as a civilization and as a collective spiritual endeavor, humanity.
Well, the positive is with the population growth on the planet continuing on, consciousness and people growth is expanding. I'll give you more on that when we come back.
We've got our break coming, but I'd love to follow up and get some more out.
Absolutely.
Love to. Thank you.
Okay, well, this is Athena Starseed and Ren Yogamaya, my master teacher of classically trained Korunta yoga, and my gorgeous co-host, Kim Arthur Hix, all the way from Hawaii. This is Heaven on Earth, and we'll be right back on CRN Talk Radio after these commercial messages. Namaste. Stay tuned.
Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel. Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
We are the debt destroyer. Any debt you have, credit card, tax, student loan debt, call now to get our free report that tells you how to destroy your debt. It's a great resource. Plus, when you make this free call right now, we'll have a debt destroyer expert ready to help you. They can show you how they can help you destroy your debt and get your life back on track. Debt problems don't have to be overwhelming. You can live stress-free and debt-free. Credit cards, medical bills, IRS tax problems, even student loan debt. Learn about free programs offered by the credit card companies, hospitals, and even the government that can help you slash your debt. Call right now for free information, including our Debt Destroyer Guide, a $300 value, yours free. Call right now.
800-515-6348. 800-515-6348. That's 800-515-6348.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Supreme grace, light rain down through me.
Hi, this is Athena Starseed, and this is a show called Heaven on Earth, and I have my gorgeous co-host Kim Hix, all the way from Hawaii, and our in-studio guest, my master teacher of yoga, Ren Yogamaya, and we were talking about the indigo children incarnating on the planet after 1984, coming in already knowing their purpose, and that how, when we do something like a yoga practice, we can open up our flows and get into a state of moksha or samadhi, which is about really being connected to who we are, why we're here, and what our gifts are to share with the world. So, Ren, you want to pick up where you left off?
Well, throw a question at me. Let's see where it can pick up us. Oh, I know. Here we go. In regards to the indigo children, where we left off is we have a huge population growth that continues on our planet. And nature has its own way of handling that naturally. There are different factions that are occurring in different places of the world that are not happening naturally to bring back balance. But if we left it alone, there would be a balance on its own naturally. Nature has a way of doing it. Universe guides and provides. That's another subject on itself. But going back to the population growth, the good news is that the vibration having grown through these children arriving and others that have awakened, if you've gone from 3D and you've gone to 4D, some people have gone to 5D, fifth dimensional plane of awakening, we are now about 1 billion on the planet. These people who have a conscious awareness of better healthy lifestyle, spiritual, if you want to call it, or otherwise, good living, good eating practices, living practices, and awareness of having more an expanded love in their heart for fellow man. So that's the good news. We are now 1 billion on the planet, and we actually have a name. I don't know exactly, I've forgotten now who coined this name. If you're out there, I'd love to hear from you and give me information. I'd love to hear from you about this. But I know that the correct title is the Conscious Collective, and that's what we're called. The Conscious Collective, as also defined, you can Google it on Wikipedia and other places on the internet. We are 1 billion people on the planet and still raising the vibration.
That should be enough star seeds to generate a total shift of consciousness on the planet.
Yes.
I think that our whole mission must be to reach out and find these people who are lit up and learn everything we can from them and share our own lit up aspects.
Absolutely.
I really believe in the collective consciousness, and I think that that all the personal growth must be leading us in that direction. I can't look out at the political spectrum and all and not feel that there's a missing element that wants to awaken here. I believe this is the great, women are singing the awakening songs of humanity, but we're all singing that awakening song. And it's coming very loudly from the indigo children. I'm really excited about this generation of new conscious beings coming in.
Yeah, I'd like your listeners or watchers to know that by no coincidence, we don't, scheme and plan the night before or early this morning hours as to what we're going to talk about. And with the stream of consciousness, with the moon being in Aries, which is also referred to as the baby of the zodiac, it seems right on, even though we're talking about the third eye, indigo children, the third eye, the root chakra, the youth, and the new birth of the new children that come into the planet. It seems to be fitting right now and very timely. They do contribute a lot, and people take children for granted. There used to be, back in the old days, before my generation and years gone by, people would say about children are to be seen and not heard. No, not anymore. And never. There are incredible songs from the heart in words and phrases and just sometimes expressions through their art that children can be gifters of healing to their families, to their parents, even to situations if people just would listen, be patient, and watch closely.
I felt the most immense Buddha wisdom coming out of my children, and I was so honored to be aware of it when they would blurt out some spectacular observation that made such deep core sense to me. I was like, oh my goodness. And of course, they were not aware of the profundity of it, but I was, and that was the thrill of parenting for me. And my children were raised in a very creative environment, and both of them had their feet on the ground. And I think this is, again, the earthly aspect of today's discussion is how to be connected to the earth and still be incredibly inspired. And function of yoga to do that. I guess we're heading for a break. Here we go.
Yes, we are heading for another wonderful break. Yes, this is Kim Hix, Athena Starseed, and Ren Yogamaya, master teacher of the ancient classically trained Korunta Yoga. Please stay tuned, and we've got some announcements too if you guys are interested in yoga teacher training at Heal and Soul Yoga. So right after these commercials, we'll go back over that. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome to your island home away from home at Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Relax and unwind on 11 acres of tropical gardens by the whale-shaped pool or in a beachfront cabana. Enjoy your favorite ocean activities, culture activities, and free nightly entertainment. A perfect setting for weddings, honeymoons, family vacations, or just a weekend getaway. Experience aloha at its best at Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel. Call 661-0011 or visit kbhmaui.com and let us welcome you and your ohana to ours.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the tax helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. That's 800-932-1597.
When you really want Italian food, you have got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club. Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. It's word of the green time. Now, we might not know how many quarts make a gallon, but that's not the case when it comes to pints. Here's to you, and here's to me. May we never disagree, and if we do, the heck with you, and here's to me. There's no better place to celebrate St. Paddy's than at Columbo's. After all, it was Aldo Colombo who discovered Ireland years ago on his way to Eagle Rock. Jazz every night, great Italian specialties, the world's greatest meatballs that'll have you singing Tura, Nura, Nura, the freshest fish and yummy steaks, great service and also affordable. Happy St. Paddy's at Good Times Central, Columbo's, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, Faith and Bigora.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I believe that your company has the answer because I've been through cancer treatment and knowing what it does to the body, and oh my, if that's all that medical science has to offer, there must be a better way, and I think the better way is knowing what to eat and getting it. I do notice that I have less inflammation. I feel like when I'm taking Balance of Nature, I'm getting fruits and vegetables more than what I would ordinarily get. I like when I open up the bottles, you can really smell the fruits and vegetables. I mean, I know I'm getting fruits and vegetables.
When you call, use discount code FLASH, and we'll take 20% off any first preferred order of Balance of Nature and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code FLASH.
Destination South Point. 11 great restaurants, bingo, bowling, movies, race books, sports books, spa, live entertainment, oversized rooms, and the rates unbeatable. The South Point Las Vegas. Book now. Online at southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. southpointcasino.com or call 866-791-7626. At the South Point Las Vegas, you're always a winner.
Hi, this is Athena Starseed, and this is a show called Heaven on Earth, and I have my gorgeous co-host, Kim Hix, Emmy Award-winning set designer all the way from Hawaii, tuning in, and I have my master teacher, Ren Yogamaya, and we were talking about basically, yoga, the practice, opening up, and as the Indigo Kids came in with their already knowing and their third eye awake, yoga is a pathway to open up the channels in our own internal body to find the internal kingdom of heaven within, and that's just really about going inward, plugging in and up. And so Ren has written this incredible book called Eat by Color, and I want to talk a little bit about what the book is, because when I came to Earth, I was like, wow, it'd be really great if there was a manual on how to eat and how to live to figure out what we're doing here.
Well, I wrote the book for two purposes, and it was for the public at large, and many people in our own conscious collective community can relate to it easily, but it's more for the other world that are on the precipice, on the verge of wanting to wake up and shift and change with their hearts, their minds, and it's particularly their bodies. Some people wait to the emergency status of bad health or situations that come with that. Then doctors say, well, if you don't do this, you're going to die in 6 months or a year. And I have unfortunately and fortunately, I found a lot of readers have come to that point and they find my book and they're trying to make an effort to start shifting in the direction of change. But the book was written simply in a way so the intelligent 10-year-old can read it, understand it, but yet it is not that easy to follow at times. One has to have a vibrational calling to this book. You can pick it up and take a look at it. You can go to the website. It will speak to you or it won't. And if it's a matter of timing in your life, then, oop, there goes the earplugs again, sorry. I'm back. Then the timing comes about when it is necessary and the right people find the book, and the book does speak to people towards the channel and steps, the pada, the steps towards transformation change. And it's about the chakras. The last chapter is about how to eat by color. Each chapter leads up to that, and there's much more to the book than just about the chakras. But the last chapter, if I were to remove it, I would rename the book How to Live by Color in relationship to the chakra systems. And we have 3, not just 1. So I can keep going on that.
Tell us about the colors. I'm so excited. I mean, what do the colors represent in terms of food or even attitude?
All right. Well, using today's energies, as was taught by Krishnamacharya, and also it is still looked upon in Ayurvedic ways, not collectively as a whole. There's different schools, many different schools of yoga in India, and this one comes from the school of Samkhya. It's one of 6 Ashtika schools of understanding of jnana yoga, philosophy of learning, the in-depth understanding of what yoga means, what the chakras mean, what colors mean. And back to today with the root chakra in this moon for the next remaining 24 hours left of Aries is the color of red. And so we're looking at red fruits and vegetables. Anything that grows from the earth organically, we want to consider that, including spices and things like that. But with the sun still in the sign of Pisces, Pisces can found 2 places in the body, meaning the third eye, which is the indigo blue to the crown chakra, the violet purple to the off light white beyond. Those are the colors that affect. Then we have your own color, if whoever you are out there, meaning your color to the sign of your astrological birth date. So if you're born in the sign of Taurus, green as an example, that would be your heart chakra, and green would be an additional color that you would use to consider putting together a meal for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So that's a part of it. Wearing the colors. I like to wear, as you see, I'm wearing tonight, I don't know today if it looks a little bit too deep or dark or not, but this is a very burgundy, deep red or deep wine I'm wearing to represent the color of the chakras. When I teach, I like to do that. So viscerally, energetically, it's in me to share with my students, and hopefully it transcends. Some people pick up on it, and some people don't. So, but it does seem to work. It seems to help, wearing the colors also.
Well, it's kind of exciting, Ren. I used to be able to cook a lot and had the time to cook, and I really always enjoyed the sort of artistic expression of putting all my food together in sort of a palette arrangement. And I would have all these wonderful color arrays, and I would often intuitively, because I'm sort of artistically bent, I would try to, harmonize my colors and make beautiful contrasts that would, I don't know, it seemed to resonate with me. And I was really thrilled to hear about your book about eating by color. Is there a simpler sort of notion of how this works? I mean, in my childlike mind, I'm trying to think of like an orange. Orange is a wonderful color. It's a bright and exuberant color, and boy, the flavor of an orange is like that. And it's this powerful, energetic fruit. Whereas eggplant is purple and has that, and I'm wondering, and I kind of know what it tastes like and stuff, but I'm wondering what the yoga concept is of the purpleness of the eggplant and how the purple and the orange and, say, a green apple would be off the secondary palettes and how they would relate.
Well, personally, depending on your, we're getting into Ayurvedic principles now, which, okay, we'll go there a little bit here today. A characteristic for each individual is called a dosha. It is what you are more like and what you are aching to be. It first begins with your astrological sign to begin with, be it Vedic or Western astrology. They can be similar or dissimilar. Let's ask you, what is your sun sign? What sign were you born under, Kim?
I'm Scorpio.
Okay, Scorpio, there you go. That explains the orange. Scorpio is in the root chakra, but also at times, as I mentioned earlier at the start of our program, in the second chakra, Svadhisthana, and the color of that chakra is orange. But it doesn't mean exclusively 100% that the colors are there. The energy behind an orange in relation to a Scorpio is very vibrating, it's cleansing, the vitamin C is there. The color orange also in terms of its look in India, how it's used is a vibration of change. Why? Because one of the negative qualities of the chakras, that particular chakra, is to hold and stay too long there. And you need change. When people transcend, they're about to leave the planet, in India as example, they will swath and cover their loved ones in orange cloth with the transitional purpose of that. So in the body, eating an orange, if you're attracted to that first thing in the morning, if it should be lemon, it would be a little better, but it's more transcending third chakra, yellow, fire, transcendence. But if you want the change, therefore that fruit in that color is perfect for you. And when you crave it, definitely you should have it.
Wow.
Now, purple, back to the eggplant.
Yeah.
That I like to look upon as at times as a protein on itself. You want to have it in your meals and salads or eat it by itself. That relates more to the crown chakra, into the brain of the head. Manas is a sense, the cosmic flow of the universe, where through the sahasrara, the crown chakra, energy flows from the universe to gift us information, what we need or want. And that has like a calming effect or an opening effect, a really easy to digest effect to the body when it's eaten. Of course, there is the consideration some people have some allergies to either citrus or to certain foods, but in particular, I feel that most bodies, no matter what sign you are, the food of a eggplant is very profound and special to have yourself feel nourished and healing. And it opens up a little bit of a portal for mind and thought for relaxation, too. If you were to decide to do meditation afterwards and digestion, it really does help.
Well, that's interesting. The relationship between the intaking of food cycles and then the meditation cycle.
Yes.
I mean, you have to be nourished before you can do your yoga.
Yes.
So tell me about that. Please tell us.
Well, another thought that came to mind while we were talking on this subject here, Kim, is the observation of the senses. Okay, there is one of the 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga, and there are many yogas in the Yoga Korunta, and Ashtanga Yoga is actually only one yoga within the Yoga Korunta, and itself has 8 limbs of understanding for the practice, and relates to all Hatha Yoga as well, with the mobility of balancing light and dark in the body is Hatha Yoga. But in the 8 limbs, we have what's called pratyahara, and it's to have sense withdrawal. And I believe as a teacher, one has to embrace the senses. And right around the corner, no coincidence, we have spring coming about. Very soon, you will be able to see beautiful flowers and the trees and the sky, the shift of the season. After the cold and the winds and the rain is starting to wash away, we have the beauty of nature coming back. And that is a great opportunity to begin to embrace the senses, viscerally, touching it with your hands. There are edible flowers out there also. Consider that. You don't have to be, a devout vegetarian, but if you are into vegan and vegetarianism, eating flowers that are good for your body and the colors that match that with your dosha is a wonderful thing too. So when you embrace the senses, sight, sound, taste, touch, feel, and hearing, you will be more acute when you are ready to go into the inner journey without the senses and to find your way to disassociate. You need to embrace the third dimensional happily, lovingly, joyfully, your life that you live now and with others, before you can also enjoy the beauty of the inner journey when you are going to disassociate in your own space, in your own time, from family and friends and loved ones. And you'll feel it more.
Oh, I think that's a very unique idea, and I really appreciate it, because that's the first time I've heard that sort of, the external to experience the sensory world and then go in within and leave it behind. I haven't heard that yet. I mean, it's sort of like total abstinence from the senses, and then what are we doing here? You know. So in this case, you're speaking of it as sensory perception activates the opening of the heart and the mind, and then when you go into the heart-mind chakra and spaces, you are free of that, but you carry the essence of whatever it is with you.
Well said.
Wow.
Absolutely.
That's an enlightening little tidbit.
Yeah.
Like I'm chewing it over. It's going in with my eggplant orange dish for breakfast.
Very good. Okay. More about this information can be introduced. I'd like to bring up, if it's okay at this time, that we do have upcoming, as a promotion for many things I do to extend to the community of yoga and the other teachers and family of yoga people out there in our community in the world, an upcoming introduction of the Yoga Korunta to more learned students. This one's going to be a level 2-3. If there's something missing in your practice for the students out there that are still working, striving for their certification, or it's been a year and things are still not clicking together as you hoped they would, something may be missing, I offer on April 15th, which is a Monday, at Heal and Soul Yoga, to come and experience a master class workshop on the Yoga Korunta in the tradition of Tirumala Krishnamacharya as it was taught, and to understand a little bit better. Maybe something within that faction of that practice will speak to you and fill in the blank that's been missing. So that's coming up. And it's very nominal.
And that Heal and Soul, how do you spell that?
H-E-A-L, the word and, soul, S-O-U-L. And that yoga center is located in Encino, California. It's easy to find. I think it's also up on the screen here somewhere in between, and afterwards your listeners and viewers can see. Then go to the website. My website
anyone
also.
Interested will plug in and get the help they need to get to the next level.
Yes,
because
my website.
It sounds like it would be.
Oh, I'm
very,
sorry.
very enlightening.
In line with that as well, I just wanted to let you know that on my website, more information will be about that, renyogamaya.com. So both should be sharing that information. The address location is Heal and Soul Yoga. More detailed information about the workshop itself will be on my website, renyogamaya.com.
Wow.
And I wanted to say how incredible, Kim, the teaching has been. It is very, based on her experience, but also practical stories of these yogis who have spent lifetimes perfecting and bringing to the masses the art and the science behind yoga. And I wanted to say a tiny little thing about Krishnamacharya, which we're studying, is that, he had a profound, dream about these three sages, and they downloaded him these holy texts. And they actually, inspired him to go to the Himalayas and the mountains. And he studied with a teacher for almost 7 to 8 years, and memorized like 4,000 asanas.
Yeah.
4,000 asanas. I mean, talk about that a little bit, because that was like supernatural to me.
Well, initially what was presented to him was 8,400 that matched the original 8,400 species that we had on the planet. It's a connection to other life beings, and that same spirit and energy that were connected to life beings and those species are also a connection of spirit that we have within us. They're living, vibrating beings, and so are we. And therefore, he retained only about 4,000, as the story goes. And those combinations of the asanas are not just the postures themselves, but they're combinations that work together for specific ailments and for specific people based on doshas, very specific, to help them advance, enlighten, and transcend.
That's incredible.
Here we go again.
Transcend.
Yeah. So here we go again, a little break.
So we are talking to Ren Yogamaya. She's a master teacher of the Yoga Korunta. We were talking about the history coming out of India with Krishnamacharya and how to, overcome some of the human conditions and get into more of our heavenly nature, bringing heaven to earth. So this is Athena Starseed, my gorgeous co-host, Kim Arthur Hicks, Emmy Award-winning set designer, and we'll be right back on CRN Talk Radio. If you like the show, please click like and also share it with your friends. Blessings and light. We'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. Michael Horn from CRNTalk.com. We provide you with the best in talk radio. 8 channels of talk radio, from radio on the left, radio on the right, sports talk, business talk, religious talk, Spanish talk, you name it, we've got talk radio for you. All at CRNTalk.com. Well, now we'll bring you video as well as audio. That's right. Watch your favorite shows like The Robert Conrad Show, The Fred Dreyer Program, What's Cooking Today, What's Cooking on Wine, The Lounge, and so many other shows in video right at our website, crntalk.com. You can also watch us on Roku. Just search CRN Talk, and you can watch us on Roku, on any TV, anywhere in the world. Also on Facebook Live. Go to facebook.com/CRN Digital Talk. Facebook.com/CRN Digital Talk. Roku, search CRN Talk. Check us out on Tiki Live and at crntalk.com. Video for you talk fans, all from CRN Talk.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the tax helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. That's 800-932-1597.
When you really want Italian food, you have got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club. Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. It's word of the green time. Now, we might not know how many quarts make a gallon, but that's not the case when it comes to pints. Here's to you, and here's to me. May we never disagree, and if we do, the heck with you, and here's to me. There's no better place to celebrate St. Paddy's than at Columbo's. After all, it was Aldo Colombo who discovered Ireland years ago on his way to Eagle Rock. Jazz every night, great Italian specialties, the world's greatest meatballs that'll have you singing Tura, Nura, Nura, the freshest fish and yummy steaks, great service and also affordable. Happy St. Paddy's at Good Times Central, Columbo's, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, Faith and Bigora.
Welcome back. This is Athena Starseed. It's the show called Heaven on Earth. It's our portable possibility to create our own heaven to our own heart chakra, activating our own life purpose on this planet. So we are wrapping up with Ren Yogamaya, and we have some upcoming yoga teacher trainings at Heal and Soul Yoga. I think that's April the 15th. She's going to be teaching a master class. And Ren, go ahead, tell us a little bit more about that master class.
The master class is really an introduction for people to get familiar with what the overall practice will look like in time. It is a level 2-3, and it's an invitation to new yoga teachers out there that perhaps are sensing or feeling there's something missing to their learning, their practice, and are calling for in-depth understanding within the yoga practice and teaching. The actual teacher training next will begin in June, the first Monday and Wednesdays, in June through September at Heal and Soul Yoga. So you always can go to the website or my website and get more information, stay in touch. And if you know Athena, contact Athena, because she has become quite the outreach person here on our behalf at Heal and Soul and Ren Yogamaya. And I am grateful to this show and to getting familiar with you too, Kim, and I'm appreciative of this platform for us here. So much to learn.
Well, this is our mission indeed, and it's outreach to everyone we can touch with it. And I really believe in the power of yoga, and I'm so fascinated to be learning as much as I can. I mean, Athena's been my shining example. Athena, just amazing, the light you've channeled through and through all your different creative practices, and especially your yoga. And so it's been a real thrill to talk with you, Ren, because you are one of our great masters.
Yeah, thank you. I feel very comfortable with you guys. I always did from the very beginning, and it's only this number 2, so what does that say? It feels we've come around. Also, Mercury's in retrograde. Again, it kind of happens. Mercury, the planet, going into retrograde, as all the planets do, but this one, profound, brings a little bit of the past back, and here we are for another 2.5 weeks, and it'll come back again in 3 months and so forth. But when the past comes back, there's a interesting way of observing people that are come into your life, and I do feel that there's a nice synergy here that I found with Kim, and with, of course, Athena having introduced us here to Kim and this platform, Heaven on Earth. It feels good.
And speaking of coming from the past, we got an incredible guest next week that's a really close friend of yours, Ren.
Yes. One of my past students, but current friend, always, hopefully till we both leave the body, who knows which one will be going first, Mark Dorian Wenner, who coined the phrase, in the zone. We hear this over and over through sports and other areas and everywhere in life, and he is the guy who did that. He wrote a really remarkable book called Tapping Universal Source, the Zone. Spent many years and still many years forthcoming to understand his great mind. He is a autistic savant with a mission also. He has a message to always to share with people on the planet about well-being and tapping universal source through one's heart. So he's going to be your guest next Saturday, and I'm excited for him, and I'm excited for you, I'm excited for everybody to have that experience with Mark Dorian Wenner.
Now,
I'm certainly going to tune in for that.
Yes.
I'm definitely tuning in.
I really wanted to say one quick thing. Didn't he break his neck, Ren, and then he spontaneously healed himself by getting in the zone?
Yes. He will probably have photos and can be put up. We'll have to work that out, that he had a broken neck and back. Doctor said he will never be able to walk or stand up tall, and he changed that completely. And he is walking and talking to this day. Absolutely.
Wow.
So he'll share his remarkable story with everyone next week, next Saturday.
Yay! Okay, well, listen, we love you. Thank you so much for being a guest again on the show. We'll look forward to seeing you again and talking to you next month. Kim, as always, it is a divine pleasure. I love you. Any closing words?
Oh, I'm just happy. This was very interesting. I'm going to go eat my colorful concepts that I've just been receiving, so that's going to be fun. Love you guys.
All right, blessings and light. Namaste. Aloha.
Namaste.